Hello my friend, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to look at the graphs of rational functions. So in this video you can see the function is f of x equals x minus 3 over x plus 2. So this is a rational function. You have the numerator and the denominator, right? Okay. So let's find the domain of this function. To look at the domain of a rational function, so you have to look at the denominator. So your denominator equals x plus 2, right? So you cannot have x values that gives you zeros in your denominator. So let's see what are the x values that satisfy x plus 2 equals 0. If you solve, you get x equals negative 2, right? At x equals negative 2, the denominator is 0. That means your function goes to infinity. So in that case, you have to remove this x equals negative 2 from your domain. So then you can write the domain equals negative infinity to negative 2, open parenthesis, union negative 2 to positive infinity. So you remove negative 2 from the domain. So this is your domain. Okay. Now let's look at the vertical asymptote. So how do you find the vertical asymptote? So at vertical asymptote, for example, x equals k is your vertical asymptote. Then the graph of f goes to f of x goes to, at x equals k, f of k goes to infinity, or f of k goes to negative infinity. So as x approaches to k, so this happens, right, from either side, left or right. X approaches to k from either the left or right, your function's values goes to positive infinity or negative infinity, right, at vertical asymptote. So that means you have to look at the denominator. The same thing, x plus 2 equals 0. This gives you x equals negative 2 is your vertical asymptote, right? Okay. And how do you find the horizontal asymptote? To find the horizontal asymptote, you have to look at the degree of the numerator and the degree of the denominator. So as you can see, the degree of the numerator is 1. The highest power of x is 1. And the degree of the denominator is also 1. So the degree of numerator equals 1 and the degree of denominator equals 1. So they are same, right? So if you see this feature in a rational function, then to find the horizontal asymptote, you have to take y equals the ratio of these coefficients. So coefficient of x is 1 and here also 1. So you divide the leading coefficient of numerator divide by leading coefficient of denominator, right? So you take the ratio like this. So then what is your horizontal asymptote? Y equals coefficient is 1, 1, 1 divided by 1 equals 1. So y equals 1 is your horizontal asymptote. So x equals negative 2 is your vertical asymptote and this is your horizontal asymptote. So let's find some other points to graph this rational function, right? Let's find the y-intercepts. So y equals x minus 3 over x plus 2. This is your function. Y-intercept means x equals 0, right? So substitute x equals 0 and then find the y value. So this is negative 3 divided by 2, which is negative 1.5. So the coordinate is 0, negative 1.5. So this is your y-intercept. Let's find the x-intercept. So y equals x minus 3, x plus 2. So x-intercept, y equals 0, right? To get y equals 0, you know the numerator of the rational function should be 0. That means to find the x-intercept, you have to consider the numerator. X minus 3 equals 0. Then you have 3. So at x equals 3 is your x-intercept. The coordinate is 3, 0. So this is your x-intercept, right? Okay, now we have everything. Now let's look at the graph. Okay, so first you have to draw the horizontal and the vertical asymptote. So the vertical asymptote was x equals negative 2. So here I'm going to draw a vertical line at x equals negative 2, right? And the horizontal line y equals 1. Okay, so this is my y equals 1, which is the horizontal asymptote. Okay, so this one is my vertical asymptote, which is x equals negative 2. Okay, and my y-intercept is 0, negative 1.5. 0, negative 1.5 is over here. This is one of my coordinates. And the x-intercept is 3, 0. It's over here. And then now you can sketch the graph. As you can see, this is vertical asymptote. Your function goes to positive infinity or negative infinity. As you can see, these dotted lines are over here. So this side, it's like your graph go to the negative infinity this side. See? So you have this graph, right? If you connect these two dots, you can see the direction is to the side. With this vertical asymptote, it goes to negative infinity, right? This is the vertical asymptote. And then it goes up to here, and this is your horizontal asymptote. Then it goes to that line when x goes to positive infinity, right? So this side is okay. Now you have to look at this side. So since this side goes to negative infinity, then this side goes to positive infinity. So your graph should be like this, and here horizontal, so it should be like this. It goes up here and it down to the horizontal line, right? Okay, so this is the graph of the rational function x minus 3 divided by x plus 2. So I hope you understand this one. If you have any questions, please comment. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Bye.